What's happening, people there? And welcome back, Ches99, to another video. This one's going to be as hectic as previous ones you've seen. Preview show today. Every single one of you guys watching, let me know if you're going to the protest, your thoughts on it. And of course, while you're watching the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Stay with me, my guy, Couch. Then always bringing the sauce, always bring the knowledge. What are you saying, bro?
Just here, man. Just here trying to keep things moving, you know? Like another day, another game. Let's get it moving.
Bro, it feels like a topsy-turvy time for Chelsea. It feels like a very interesting space where, like, it's not even a knife edge where it could go left or right. I feel like it's already left. I feel like we're already on the train to the wrong direction. It just feels like, how fast are we going to get there?
No, I wouldn't say that. I just think that we're on a pendulum still. I think it swings one way and it swings the other. Like, what we're looking for is balance, right? Like, teams that are consistently winning have found balance. And I don't think Chelsea's done that. It's either one way where we're doing really well and everyone's like, oh, these guys are challenging for the title, or it's the other way, the opposite end of the pendulum. When it swings the other way, everyone's like, oh, you know, Clear Lake out, you know, this isn't working, this, that, and the other. We can't find any real consistency and balance. That's the problem, right? This whole season's been that way.
That is true. Yeah, that is true, to be fair. I'm not talking about us, though. I'm from perspective of, I feel like the fan base has gone. I think some of them have made their mind up already.
On what? What? Okay, here's the thing.
I
mean, you know, we've been talking about this for a year.
With you, right? I agree with you on the balance of why would you lose your head? Why would you make the decision? But based on my own chat about January, was saying must-win games. It wasn't really on the ownership. And then literally, I came back from holiday from skiing. I took a break, came back, and everyone was like, Ches, how you pro Clear Lake? I was like, what? What happened to my own chat? I felt like a saboteur. If you know what that is, I felt like a saboteur, man.
Yeah,
I felt like an infiltrator. I was like, what the hell's going on? But
you know what I always say, man. These guys are just like virgins on prom night, man. They can't wait till the big dance before they start mugging themselves off. Just give it some time, man. You know what I mean? Like, just chill. Like, everything that we've seen so far leads someone. And don't get it wrong, I'm not no way, shape, or form, you know, in, out, whatever, indifferent. Like, we spent over £1 billion. We still don't even have a striker. You know what I mean? Like, that's just poor. You know, they have mismanaged the funds that were available to them. Like, we got a head start with Roman forgiving the debt. And then, you know, just having money just being poured into the club. We had a real big head start. And the one thing that, like, I've been harping on from time is just balance the squad. You can't just have a U23 team and expecting them to challenge at the top end of the table. You have to get some experience. You have to get some people that have some winning mentality. If it's not on the pitch, then it has to be in the manager or at the board level. They have to know how to assemble that. And we've just not done a good job of doing that at all. At all. And, you know, now, you know, it's £1 billion spent and we don't have much to show for it. You look at those 4 windows that they're talking about. Tell me how many successes we've had. How many successful, like, transfer bids have we had? Or not even the transfer bids. How many successful buys have we had? Like, players that turned into exactly what we anticipated they're going to be. Not many at all. And there's a lot of money spent. I don't know where that money went. I really don't know. You know, so as much as I'm not really one to protest, like, if I'm going to protest, I'm just not going to go to the game. Like, I understand people have their frustrations and all that stuff as well. You got to show it however you want, but, like, it doesn't make sense to me to protest outside of Stamford Bridge and walk in and then cheer on the club. You know, like,
like, they're protesting before the game at 6 p.m. The game starts 8:15. It's not the most optimal time to protest, is it? Because half the people are going to be there, going to be people coming from work, locals. It's not going to be. You need to rally the troops on another day where it's not a match day. A match day is a bit of a weird day to do it.
It would make sense not on a match day because you're thinking this is real. Like, there's no other reason for us to be here other than to protest what's been happening at the club.
The same day,
on a match day, you're going to go to the game after.
It's like, it sounds really convenient, like 6 p.m. before the match, just shout about what we're not happy with and then go and watch the match.
I really think that most of this is just, you know, some YouTubers and stuff like that trying to, you know, build their platform and just like show that, like, yeah, we care about the club. Here's my picket fork, you know, like, oh my God, you know, like it's just another way to bring attention to their platform, you know.
Yeah,
you know, they're gonna post that on their page afterwards and see I was here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that they're doing it necessarily for clout. I feel like disingenuous. I don't know
Of course it is. Of course it is.
But what I would say is, it's not the most optimal time to do a protest. So we'll leave it there. But I agree with people if they have their opinions. Everyone's entitled to how they want to view the club and the way it's going.
Yep.
I personally don't believe that their intentions are wrong and they only want money. I don't think that's the case, because you wouldn't buy a Caicedo and Enzo, I keep repeating this point, for a combined total of £220 million if you were trying to cheap your way out and buy youth. That's my opinion. We both can agree, I'll speak on behalf of you, that they need to change the way they view things in terms of, you also need to adjust the spine, add some experience, and actually address some profiles we need. For example, even Duran, literally about to say, Duran and Samuel, who aren't necessarily old, are the profiles we needed for the club, but they didn't get over the line. That's not good enough. Goalkeeper Petrovic had a decent season. You might not think he's good, but don't rely on Sanchez, who literally was displaced by said player, etc. Don't get rid of 2 centre-backs and not bring in 2 starting quality centre-backs in, etc. Legs in midfield, etc. Cool. They've made errors. I think the transfer window was a bit oversight in terms of everyone was a bit more positive. And in hindsight right now, is not looking good. But guess what? Chelsea might still meet their objectives. And that segues me to this game. Because me and Ahmed yesterday went through the remaining games we have then, yeah? So we have 12 games remaining, 36 points. Last year, top 5, I think Spurs got 66, Aston Villa got 67 points. So to reach that number, I don't think you need to get 66 points this year, but to reach that number this year, Chelsea would need to get 24 out of the next 36 games, which will basically mean, yeah, we'll need to win what? Oh, I did it yesterday. I think we have to win like what? Was it 6 games? 7 games?
What do you need? 24 points?
Yeah, we need 24 points to match Spurs.
6 games.
6, 7 games, yeah. 6 games out of 12 to get top 4.
I wouldn't. I don't know if that math is going to jive. Like, I don't know.
I don't think so either. But that's what basically the chat told me yesterday, was how much points. They're saying there's 95% chance we're going to need about 67 points. But I don't really think we're going to need that higher, because there's just so much congestion in the middle of the park. There's just so many teams in this area.
Well, that's the problem too, right? You know, like it might, and I don't think anyone's going to run away with top 4. Like, I think it's going to be close and tight right to the end. But you know, we're just not playing good football. You know, that's the area. That's the issue right now. It's not about like whether or not we can make top 4. It's about playing for good football. You know, because the issue is, for me, is like how many wins have we collected in the last 11 games?
2.
Okay. All right. And if that spell continues towards the end of the season, we're not getting top 10. Facts. You know, so we have to start finding our best football again. And I understand that like a lot of that just comes down to just, again, the ongoing thing that seems to be plaguing this club year after year is this injuries. We don't have a depth of squad that is able to cope with the injuries. It's not like we have a like for like in every position. We have players that are squad guys that could come in for a pinch, maybe 2 or 3 games, give you a little spell, but they can't be relied upon for long stretches to give you top performances. And I think that's where the problem lies. Like, we just have not been healthy for 3 seasons now, you know, not in any way, shape, or form. And, you know, we blamed Poch last year. Oh, he ran the team into the ground. Oh, you know, no, it's more than that. It goes deeper than that. We have we bought a squad of guys that, you know, we haven't really insulated that correctly. You know, we bring in Lavia. Lavia has hamstring issues. What did we bring in after him to, like, you know, sort of like balance it out a bit? You know, Fofana, a host of injuries. You know, we can't find a like for Fofana right now. There's nobody in the squad that can give you what Fofana can give you on that right side. And when he's out, which is often, we suffer. You know, so I think the squad, like again, like we're going to talk about like the squad construction being an issue. I think it is. I don't think that the sporting directors are solely to blame for that, but I do think that they hold a lot of the responsibility.
100%, because it's context, right? So,
right.
Although they didn't buy players in the intention they'll get injury prone, you now know they're injury prone, so now you have to kind of do something about it, and that's what they haven't done. So that's their problem. Their problem wasn't signing Lavia. Then that's not the problem. The problem is he's injury prone, so you need to figure out something about it. Whether it's replacing him, whether it's getting competition that's as good as him because he's never fit, so why not? It's not a case of he's Messi level, then I understand it, but they're not that good. They're world class. So for me, that's why they've lacked. And it's small margins because that's why I think the process, in my opinion, is a bit too early. Because if these players weren't injured, I don't really think we'd be in this position. But that is on the sporting director. We agree with that.
No, of course not.
We agree that it's not their direct fault, but it is direct fault for not getting substitutes.
Yeah, not just balancing the squad correctly, but like even with that said, I think they've identified good talent. You know, like Olise, all these other names that have come up. They've identified really, really good talent. They just haven't been able to bring it over the line. And that could be for a number of reasons. It could just be down to the fact that, you know, we're not playing Champions League football. It's a brand new project. People aren't really ready to, you know, jump on this Clear Lake thing. So, you know, if you have the option to either go to Bayern or go to Chelsea, you're probably going to go to Bayern just because that's a more stable, you know, stable structure. You know, they've won. If you look at Chelsea right now, there's no guarantees about whether or not this, you know, this current structure is conducive to winning. So I can understand why an Olise decides to go to Bayern as opposed to come to Chelsea. But in the end, I'm just thinking that they've done a good job of identifying the types of players that we can use to, like, you know, play our football, but just haven't been successful at getting it over the line. Only in a couple instances were we able to do that.
In that specific example, Olise didn't join. It's purely because of Champions League. It wasn't because of the money. It's not because of position or competition or Palmer. It's purely down to the fact that Chelsea don't have Champions League, and that does affect certain players. Not every player is going to be like Caicedo, for example, did not need to wait for Chelsea. He could have said, "Yeah, I've spoken to Chelsea, but I want to go Liverpool." He decided to go Chelsea because he believed in the project. Every player has different motivations and different reasons, but that's not the point. The point is the sporting directors have had enough money to balance the squad out and enough time to do so. I've given them one more summer on the pretense that we win the Conference League, we get top 4. We don't make those, then my stance will change completely during summer because that's too long to be out of Champions League, too long to be out of a trophy. Considering the fact we were in these finals and we did have these players on our books. Samu, Duran were very close to joining. It's not like you could, like Den said, not like we didn't identify them. That'd be another issue. We actually identified the profiles who turned out to end up being okay players, and you're not getting over the line, and that's not good enough either.
No.
It doesn't really matter if they're identified or not. You need to get them over the line.
Absolutely.
So for me, they haven't got long. The fan base, I disagree with Dennis. I don't think the fan base are in the middle in the pendulum. I genuinely, we said this off air, guys, that the fan base are in the middle. I don't think so. I think the fan base is definitely leaning towards being, what's the phrase I can use here to coin it? More pessimistic on Clear Lake. I wouldn't say everyone's Clear Lake out, but a lot more voices I'm hearing are Clear Lake out. Even look at this chat right now. So you've got Steven saying, trust the protest, Clear Lake out. Daniel saying Clear Lake out. And then SP's talking about the team. And then Nigel Kunle's asked the question, big up Ches, what do you expect from Resco to finish? Is there a scenario in your eyes where he loses his job? I think using Dennis' example of 2 wins out of our next 10 games, that would be towards the end of the season, then of course he would lose his job because he would probably finish mid-table or lower. Do I see that happening? No. Where do I expect him to finish? I expect him to finish top 4 or Champions League spot, either way. And is there a scenario where he could lose his job? Yeah, if he doesn't make top 4. That could always be a possibility. What do you think? What do you think, man?
Well, firstly, with the whole pendulum thing, yeah, I think that most of what you get is people that were, you know, indifferent on Clear Lake when they started are or bang on just not for it are certainly the ones that are speaking the loudest now, right? It's
Good
not the
point.
people that are, patient and waiting and enduring, right?
That's a good
The
point.
other thing I had to say is it's hard to have an attachment to a project when you don't have success. It's very, very hard, right? Like if you're not successful, and what we measure success on, trophies, trophies specifically, then it's very hard for people to endure a process for any longer
On
than.
that point, yeah,
Yeah.
perfect example. If Chelsea had won the Carabao Cup last year, I can almost guarantee you there'll be no protest. Even the Carabao Cup. Why? Because what you just said. At least we would have won a trophy.
Yeah.
So it's what's the phrase they use where like it satisfies a little thing can satisfy a big need. So it just satisfies the palate a little bit. It kind of like what's the word? Papers over the cracks, you could say. So it just does enough to make people support it a bit longer. Whereas when you don't win, and then you don't win, and then you don't win, and then you come 12th, and then 6th, and then you're battling for top 6, the fan base loses their head, i.e. now. So this is what I'm saying to people. Even I would change my start if they didn't win the Conference League or get top 4, because that would show me that their plan isn't amounting to anything really. Like
Yeah,
nothing.
but it still goes back to what I'm saying. I still think it's a pendulum swing because we have a fractured fan base. Like you have one side that never supported anything they're doing anyways, and you have the other side that's kind of like, well, let's just give it some time and see what happens, right? And when they're doing well, the loudest supporters are going to be the ones that were supporting them from the beginning. And when they're doing poorly, you're going to hear the other side just like, see, this is what we're talking about. Protest now, get them out. That's just the nature of things right now, right? It has nothing to do with, you're always going to hear of unrest when the club's not doing well. And the ones that were never in support and were quiet when we were winning are the ones that are going to be chiming in now. So I can't really read the outrage and see it for anything more than it's going one way to the next. We've seen this exact same thing this season, like where you have guys calling in on Talk Sport, calling in and saying, yeah, we got our Chelsea back, this, that, and the other. The same people are calling in and saying they want to protest now, like within the difference is a couple months. You know what I mean? Like, so which one is it? You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and the fact is, in terms of business as well, if you're in a business or you study business to a certain degree, you don't buy, for example, machinery, spend on sunk costs, buy equipment for your store, buy a store, and expect 100 million profit the next day, do you?
no, of
That's not
course
how
not.
this works. But unfortunately, in football, because it's a luxury and a leisure as well as it's a business, people can't differentiate both. Whereas at the end of the day, players are assets; they still have to develop and grow. Things still have to work. So there is obviously a point to that. You don't just do this endlessly and forever and just hope. You need some progress on the way, i.e., trophies. But that's why people need to use the context of. I don't think the ownership want us to be a mediocre team. I genuinely think they actually want us to be successful and build a good team for
Yeah,
Chelsea. Yes,
but you
they're making wrong decisions, but that's why I would agree with the
yeah.
criticizing the wrong decisions.
The
I just don't
problem I
agree
have
with
with
the
it, if
critic
you
out.
if you in your head are thinking that you want to build a winning team, like a winning sort of like club, and what you're going to do is just throw money at it, just throw money at it and expect it at some point it's just going to stick. That in and of itself is just a failed plan because, like, for me, when you look at the structure of a club, a successful club, it's from top down, right? So if the board's never won before, right, you have to get people underneath where you are that know how to win, know how to build winners, know how to do, do things like build a structure that's conducive to winning. They haven't done that. They basically just said, okay, we're just going to take this Brighton model that won fuck all. Like they didn't win anything, right? We're going to take that and we're just going to build it out and then throw some money at it, because if this works, then we're going to be like, if we do the Brighton model and we throw money at it, we're going to be successful. And it's just proven the exact opposite. You look at Roman's time, Roman didn't know much about football when he came to Chelsea. But what he did know was business. And he knew that if I'm going to be successful, I need people underneath me that are successful, that have had success. So he goes out and gets Peter Kenyon to oversee the structure and build in the structure. It's not just about throwing money at it, man. And this is why when I was saying this earlier this year, like, I can't even tell you how long ago, and I was getting like, your boy Don was all over me about it. Oh, so we're just never going to win. We're never going to win then, or we're doomed. And I'm like, yeah, you need winners if you want to win, you have to have winners within the structure of your club. That's just that simple, right? Like you can't just get me, you, and a couple other people to bang our heads together and expect that you're going to win. There is a methodology to winning, and we just don't have that right now. It's just that simple.
It's facts, and we need to develop that in our team. We have
and if it's not going to happen on the pitch, then it has to happen with the manager. That manager has to be a winner. If it's not the manager, then it has to be the directors. If it's not the directors, then it has to be the board. Somebody in that structure has to be a winner. Somebody.
And at the moment right now, no one is. So the plan is to develop all of these. That's why they've gone for a young manager. That's why they've gone for young players. Their plan is to develop these people and to be in the top players, which is a good premise, is good, but in reality, it's very difficult to do.
Yeah, very difficult, especially when you have you're building with a bunch of kids, So the way I look at it is, if you're in it for the long haul, like they say they are, then sure, it's going to take a long time before we see Chelsea back at the summit. It's going to be a long time if they continue down this model where they're just not looking to, foster success by bringing in successful people.
Yeah, and what I think they should do is still adopt this model, but then adjust to the spine of the team. So just add in the experienced striker, the experienced goalkeeper, experienced midfielder in there for the spine or centre back. And you can still add your young players like Palmer, Lavia in there.
Exactly.
Good players, because then you have a mix of both. You have experience in the spine, who you can, if you need to, change managers around, because then the team is still balanced and there's still a good spine, still good players of a good age. But in the same breath, you could still flip your players on the side, like Shrewsbury Hall, if you need to, and filler players. But at the moment, which is my critique, they're only focusing on the flip and they're not putting all that energy and investment into the first team and the spine. Hence why we have a few injuries and our team has collapsed for the 5th season in a row. I've seen this script 5 seasons in a row, live, where it's like, we do well, injuries. I remember the season where we won the Champions League and then we were top of the table in December. And then I think Lukaku...
Chile and Reece went down.
And Lukaku got injured and it was like, oh, you couldn't write the script. Then it just collapsed.
Yep.
I think we still made top 4 that year, actually.
Yeah, we did.
We made it on the last day because Tottenham won and we made it because we lost. We lost, but Tottenham lost against Leicester, I remember. So we made it on the last day by goal difference, whatever it was. So we were fortunate that season as well. I think that's the season before, after we won Champions League, it is. Anyway, so the point is, it's like, bro, it's small margins. And small margins in football are massive. And that's the difference between people protesting or not. So let's see what's going to happen. Hopefully Chelsea can listen to the fan base. I don't want them out. I don't mind their intention, but I think they need to adjust it slightly. All business plans can be adjusted. You use the context of the market, the context of your success so far, and then you can say, is this going well? And in Chelsea's case, it's not at the moment. Now, if we make top 4, and like I said before, we win 7 our next 12 games, and, we get comfortably top 4 and win the Conference League, then cool. But do you see that happening, guys, in the chat? I don't.
It's going to be a tough goal. We're going to have to...
It's going to be very, very tough. We're going to have... Guess what, then? We're going to have to beat some of these teams you haven't beaten in years.
Yeah. It's just going to take some other teams just not being informed. Teams dropping.
No, forget other teams for now. Forget other teams for now. I'm saying for us, for our mentality to move on from this season to next season, from last season, yeah, we're gonna have to beat a team like Arsenal away, or Liverpool away, or Newcastle away. We can't keep doing the same, or at least get points from there. Because Liverpool away we've done well recently, but not in terms of the last 2 years we haven't. We've lost. Same with Arsenal. We keep losing away from Arsenal. We never get a draw there even. Last time we got a positive point there was with Lukaku and Reece James and that. That was ages ago.
Yeah.
So that's like 2021, 2020. So for me, it's not looking positive, but let's look forward to today's game. Southampton versus Chelsea versus Southampton at home. I'll be going to the game, so hopefully we don't drop points because I'm going to lose my absolute head.
You'll be outside protesting.
But I'll join in. If we're losing, I'll protest myself after alone. How about that?
Yeah, I like that.
But what was I saying? But yeah, I feel like Chelsea must win this game, and I want to see goals, Dennis. I want to see goals. I want to see confidence come back. I don't care.
Where do you see the goals coming from?
It's gonna have to be Neto, Palmer, and Enzo. That's all we have. Sancho's not a goal scorer. Noni's injured. George isn't going to score.
So you don't see Nkunku scoring then at all? You just don't think
Nkunku, he doesn't want to beat the club, and you could tell by his body language. He doesn't want to beat the club.
Although, yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't want to beat the club. He couldn't give a crap whether he make top 4 or not. He's leaving anyway.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, because that just questions.
What do you mean you don't know about that? He's not staying beyond summer.
Well, I'm not. No, I'm not saying you're saying he doesn't care about the club and stuff like that. Like, I don't think you're questioning a man's character based on what exactly. Like, he's been played out of position.
I'm questioning his body language on the football pitch.
If you watch them at Leipzig, you see the exact same demeanor.
No, I know he has a low work rate. I know he's nonchalant when he plays football. What I'm saying is, I don't really think he's playing at his even near to his best anyway. He's not been just playing striker though. He's been played like in the left 8 and also 10, and he hasn't really done much either.
Yeah, I just think a lot of it.
What game was it we played Palmer up front and he played him behind? What game was that?
It was it Brighton?
What did he do?
What did he do? What did he do? What did everybody do, man? It takes a team to reach objectives. You know that, right? I hate it when we all, as fan base, we always crash it on one guy because this is why we lost. Because
wait, I'm not scapegoating him.
You totally are. The whole team was terrible.
No.
I can't tell you the last time Cole Palmer's done anything positive on the pitch.
So exactly. So if you call out Cole Palmer, are you scapegoating him? No,
I'm just saying it's a team thing. I've never called him out. I've never called him out.
I'll call out Cole though. I don't mind.
That's what I'm saying though. Like it's a team thing, man. It's a team thing.
I'll call out Cole Palmer. Listen. Even though it's a team, does Salah not step up?
What?
Does Mohamed Salah not step up?
Salah's a winner.
That's not what I said though. Does Mohamed Salah not step up? Even though it's a team
winner. He knows how to win. He's in a winning structure.
That's not what I asked you. I said, is it a team effort? Yes. But does Salah not step up?
Yeah.
Yes. So even though it's a team, there's players in the team who are mavericks, winners, goal scorers, game winners, whether it be centre-back, goalkeeper, midfielder, striker. The team on the pitch that turn up, and when they turn up, you do well. Reece James against Bournemouth. He's a right back, he scored a free kick, which is stopping us from being 8th. You see what I'm saying now?
Yeah, but again,
even though Nkunku or Palmer isn't Palmer FC, Palmer still missed cities against Aston Villa to why we're not 4th in the league right now.
There's so many more reasons for that.
Obviously.
I like crashing it on 1 and 2 players for whatever reason. Whoever's the flavor of the month is just not it for me. I see so many different reasons as to why we're not winning right now. Nobody's talking about the loss of Fofana and Lavia. Nobody's talking about that. I've been saying for the longest time, Fofana's our best defender. our best defender. And when you take him out, the reason why we can't play the same football that we were playing in even before December is because of his role in the side. I was saying long before that Lavia is our most complete midfielder. He's the guy that gets us playing football. And nobody said anything. It was like, oh, no, this guy, that guy, this guy. I'm telling you, if you have Lavia and Fofana in the side right now, it's a completely different setup. Completely different. You can't. There's no like for what you get from Fofana. You can't play anybody else there.
Then we agree on that though.
Yeah. So there's more reasons than Nkunku playing as a number 10.
No, you're not getting it. They're mutually exclusive. What you're talking about is the system. I agree with that. What you're talking about is we have a lack of profile replacements for our players. There's a drop off. We agree on that.
Yeah.
But what's also true is that Palmer missed a sitter last game, and he's been stinking out for 6 games. Yeah, even though the system's been poor, he's also been poor.
It's not just about the one goal, though. Like, that's what I'm saying, though. Like,
no, but he's had opportunities to do better.
What about your goalkeeper? What happened with your goalkeeper the other day?
Boy, Jorgensen.
Yeah, your boy Jorgensen. What happened with him?
What about him?
Oh, you forgot what happened? You forgot
about
him?
What do you mean what about him?
Your mind? You erased it? It's just like gone?
No, of course I've erased it. It's the reason why we didn't get a point. Literally.
He was horrible, man. His distribution was horrific the entire match. But anyways, no, I'm just saying that when you look at like Nkunku and you look at what he does on the pitch, we don't play to his strengths. Like, I granted he's not the most complete footballer, but we don't do anything that caters to his skill set. Only recently have I seen him played in a position that, is conducive to him actually putting something together. And then, like, you look, he gets in these positions and then Palmer's not laying it off to him in wide open space. Like, there's a multitude of problems, man. That's what I'm saying. There's a multitude of problems. A lot of it comes down to the decision-making that we have in the club right now. The guy that we depended on for more than a year now to make the right decisions at the right time is making the wrong ones over and over and over again. And, we haven't really insulated him well. Like, he plays 90 regardless of how he looks on the pitch. I think that's a problem, and you can just tell guys just get jaded, man. When you do things that you're not used to doing on the pitch, that's usually down to mental fatigue. And these guys, it just seems like he's just running them into the ground.
He is. He definitely is.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't even. Anyway, yeah, you know where I'm coming from.
No, but it's a good tangent because it's about the game, so it's definitely worth talking about. But in terms of today, I need to see goals. And you asked me a question: who needs to score? I want all of our attackers to try and score a goal. We scored 6 against Southampton. Should have scored more if you watched that game. We should have easily scored about 8-9 goals. I want the confidence to be boosted. We've got 4 games in a row now where it's a massive opportunity to get some momentum going for that Arsenal game. Then there's a break. And then guess what? Then that point of the season, the whole flipping, I don't want to swear, the whole fan base will flip again. Because when we get there, then we might have won 2 Premier League games through to the quarterfinal, and our injuries are back. And all of a sudden, we're 4th in the league in the quarterfinal, and everyone's like, oh, actually, let's see where we can go this season. Exactly. So you're right about flip-flopping. People overreact a lot. Hyperbolic nature, you could say. But we still need to do it. And this is the part. We said this before with the Ipswich Palace Everton game where we drew against Arsenal, I think, and we were like, yo, not true. Who did we draw against or lose against? We drew against Everton and we had like 4 winnable games and we didn't win any of them. None of them. We got 2 points from 9 or 12. This run here is a great opportunity to get goals, get the system refined, get confidence back up, get players like Fofana and Lavia back on the pitch slowly, not rush them back because you don't need to because a lot of opposition. And just get some momentum going for these next few games because it's
and then you look at the terraces and you got guys saying Clare Lake out. Like, how does that help?
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's just this is what I'm talking about.
I know this. I know.
Anyway,
it doesn't help.
I understand the frustration. I'm just saying that, like,
of course,
there's a time and place for this. The season's not over yet, right? You know, like you're already throwing in the towel at the midpoint of the race. You know what I mean? Like what are we doing here? This is the exact same thing last year. Exact same thing last year. You know? Anyhow, like I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm not happy with what's happened right now. I can see lots of holes in what's happened with the club. But a home game against Southampton where you're expected to, you want to see a good performance. That's not the time and place, especially when you need those points. Like you cannot drop points here. You cannot drop points here. This is when you need the club to, you know, the terraces to get behind you and support the team. Like this is an opportunity to like galvanize, get some energy going in the grounds, and it's just going to be dead. It's going to be absolutely dead there, you know. And what are the players going to be feeding off of? Negative, dead energy, you know. So anyway, I'm expecting a win all the same because I think that our quality is such that we should be beating these guys, but it's not going to be easy now. Let them know. Egad. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I told you in my chat, Carl. I told you.
Yeah, I don't think
there's many of them in here. When they're all in, there's like 40-50 they're all telling me your chairs, like, why are you supporting it? Like, why do you? I'm like, bro, like, I'm not supporting it like that. Man's just saying that they need to tweak a certain things, innit? That's just it.
I mean, why? I don't understand. Why are you going to go to anyway, you're going to pay your good money to go there and be miserable. Just stay home. Stay home then. Why are you going to if you're not going to the support, then just stay the fuck home. Simple.
Nah, facts. Talk to me about the game. How do you think it's going to go?
I'm expecting a win, but it's not going to be easy as well. You know, like, I think that, you know, there should be. I mean, the first half against Villa wasn't all that bad. If we can continue playing that kind of football for 90 minutes, I think we should win going away. But it's just the energy at the club right now is just poor. And like, man saying fuck energy. Like, what are you talking about? Do you have any understanding of how momentum works at home at a club? Why do you have a home ground then if the energy doesn't mean anything? Why can't you just go play at Wembley then if the energy, like, you don't need a home ground if the energy don't mean something. It's important to have a positive mental energy around the club. That's how teams win. You know, this bullshit about like a protest, let them know. You're letting them know how? By booing? That's the stupidest thing you could do. If you don't want to support what's happening right now, don't go to the fucking game. Simple and plain. Excuse my language.
They need our energy for the game against Southampton.
Yeah, you need energy in every game. That's what it's about. That's what supporting's about.
Ishi's being very hypocritical. I hear it. I hear Ishi. No, Ishi, man, become a member. Soothe the pain. How about that? But I was just saying they need our energy for the game against Southampton. No, that's what. Listen. A beggar can't like be picky about food. We need 3 points.
We won 2 games out of 11. What is he talking about?
Like, at the end of the day, we need the energy. Like Den is right. Like, we actually need energy to win because guess what? We haven't won many games. So I don't know why people are just assuming we don't need energy for Southampton. like
we lose this game. What happens?
We're in no position to be laughing at energy and vibes and luck. We need all of it. Today, 100%. I don't give a fuck if it's a penalty, a pen, a tap-in, off the post, 3 red cards, Southampton. I don't care. I'm going to the game. I want number 3, POINTS, on the board, and I want to be in a good position going into our next few games. And on the overall picture, I want to see 4 wins in a row, or minimum 3. A win today, draw away to Copenhagen, beat Leicester, and then beat them at home. I'll take that. It's very important for the season because I didn't get to say this then, but we need this momentum for the running after April. Because after March, we have the international break, and that's where we're expected most of our players to come back. So Noni will be back. Gui should be back. Jackson 50-50. Lavia Fafana will definitely be back. Then we can go and hopefully replicate the form we had the first part of the season.
Of course.
Because
that's the hope.
In this last stretch, in the last 10 games, we're going to have Liverpool at home, Newcastle away, Forest away, Fulham away. you know what I'm saying, man? Them.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I want to know, Matt, if you're not starting Nkunku, who you starting then? Because like he's saying, like if he's pulling his eyes out, like who you starting?
How bad is it when you're wishing Mudryk was available? Number two, for Mudryk wasn't a bad squad player. We're missing our squad players.
For sure.
Like we're literally missing our squad players. Let's not laugh at Mudryk. Like we definitely need Mudryk right now. He like he didn't come on against Newcastle and get us a winner and get us to a final. Like the small margins are what we're missing. Imagine we had a Mudryk outball against Fulham at home and we lost 2-1. That would have made a big difference.
For sure.
His pace.
So, I mean, guys, he's not been great. He's not been great, but like,
I'm just saying
gives you an option.
Yeah, because of his attributes, he adds a different profile to our team. It's about profiles. Forget the quality. Remember the profile of the player.
Yeah, he's definitely gives us something different. You know, switch it up a bit. I mean, we're talking about like this team is just so mid right now. Like, and we're talking about Sancho coming in for Nkunku. Like, what difference does that make? Absolutely no difference. You know, like he's a lazy attacker. Like the lazy. He doesn't run it. He doesn't press like that. Like I don't just. Anyways, I'm not sticking up for Nkunku because he has not been good. But we're talking about like it's funny. The same people that are talking about like Nkunku not being like, you know, a presser and running all over the place is the same people that were chastising Chelsea for playing Conor Gallagher last year. You know, like, oh my God, all he does is run about. He's just pace and power, like, you know, P&P merchant and all this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, what are you talking? What do you want? What do you want? It's either you want that or you don't. Like, Nkunku scores goals. That's what he's on the pitch to do. He's not out there to run about and be, you know, here, there, and everywhere. That's just that simple. He's not being put in positions to use his skill sets most effectively. That's how I see it.
Guys, it's kind of mad, man. Like, why do we think that Chelsea can't have momentum? Like, it will be that much in the mud. Could Chelsea not beat Southampton at home now? Like, is that where we're at?
I mean, don't speak it, but it could happen.
No, but the way I'm getting from the Chelsea fan base to rival fans, it seems like people actually don't think we're going to win today. And even I'm nervous now. Deep it, they have 9 points. 9 points.
Yeah, we shouldn't be having this discussion right now for sure.
Not 19, not 90, 9.
Yeah.
And dare I say it, some of them are draws. There's not even 3 wins. It's like it's just hella draws. Hey, listen, people, then, man. Hey, let's go through our team for today, even though it's fairly flipping easy to do so.
Yeah.
But let's go through the team. And then you know what, then, yeah, we'll let you decide as the guest on the show. You give us your preferred 11, yeah? So not what you think you will do. I'm gonna get up on the screen, yeah.
What I would play?
Yeah, like what formation you play, you can let me know. I'll put it up on the screen so all the people them can see. Guys, I haven't been shameless today, but guess what? Hit the sub button. I'm not that far away from 2K subs, which is very calm. Also, Den's handle will be in the description below. I'm gonna add that as soon as the video ends. So look out for that one. And of course, as always, hit the like button. Because why not? Support the people. Yeah? Support the people, them. All right, let me get this up.
Who's back for today, anyways? Did we get anyone back? I know Fofana's back, but he's not playing.
Fofana's back, but I don't think he'll start. He'll come on. He'll definitely come on.
I don't know.
It's funny how they dropped that news out of nowhere. Does that sound like PR to you?
Might be. You know, it's funny, though. Like, as far as the PR game goes, you know, the PR game, like, the weird thing about it was, wasn't he supposed to be up for the entire season? Like, that was PR to me. Like, so now we're getting so many mixed messages.
It's both PR. It's both. So it's like I think Maresca was pushing to get centre back. So he lied. So he lied. He didn't over-exaggerate. He literally lied. And then Fofana all of a sudden is fit for today. All of a sudden. Crazy. No training videos of him. No pictures of training. But guess what?
He did say he was back, though. He did announce that he was back.
He announced that time ago he's going to come back. He never said when. And all of a sudden now then, he's not even on the bench. He's in the squad. Like, he's made the team.
Yeah.
Sus.
Very sus, but
sounds like PR. It stinks of PR, I'm not going to lie. but is what it's right then.
I mean, how are we going to go through this? I find the team just pretty much picks itself. There's not much you can do.
Yeah, but it's just like anything you would change because formation and that you might want to change up the system because last game we changed up a bit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not really, because Reece James played in the midfield pretty much the entire game, right?
That's true. Let's go through it. What are you saying?
Reece James right back.
What formation are we playing?
Well, the usual. I mean, what are you saying? The attacking lineup is 3-2-4-1.
Who you want in goal?
Who cares? Fuck, they're both shit. It'll probably be Jorgensen, but
who cares? You know,
they're both shit. Like, let's be real.
I hear you.
I'm gonna put.
Would you start with Fana?
No, as much as I want to, I think that he's necessary.
Oh yeah, Chalobah's our injured shock.
Yeah, so it's gonna have to be Tosin in the middle, Levi on the left, and then Reece James on the right in that back three. If we're talking about the attacking setup, I mean.
Yeah. This is on the ball, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then in midfield, I can already tell you who's going to be here.
Yeah.
Who would you put in the second position, Cucurella, or would you play Enzo?
Well, it's gonna be basically Enzo. Because Cucurella, you know how he plays. He inverts. He inverts from there, right?
No, that means Cucurella would be there. No. Cucurella would be there. Enzo.
Depending on how you look at it, sure.
I'm gonna move this.
I mean, he's not gonna stay there. He's not gonna be supporting Caicedo in the build-up, is what I mean, right?
He moves up and down. I hear you.
Yeah.
You want Enzo in the team? So
yeah.
Cool. Who would the rest of your players be?
You've got
a few options. You got a few.
Yeah, there's a couple.
You could play Dewsbury Hall this game. You could play George. You could.
I don't think I'm going to be playing Dewsbury Hall anytime soon. I'm probably going to go with Cole Palmer again as a second 10. I'm going to play Neto off the right and Nkunku off the left. Oh, sorry. I forgot we don't have a striker. Oh, fucking hell, man. Yeah, I think the Neto thing worked last game, so I play him there again.
What, striker?
Yeah.
And who would you put on the left?
Are you mean on the right?
On the right, yeah.
What do we have left?
You know what? Sancho right wing could work.
Yeah, let's try that.
You know.
Let's try that.
This could work, you know.
Let's try that.
Neto can at least stretch the pitch, right, with his pace.
What's on the bench though? That's what I don't understand. Who's on the bench?
The bench will be George, Sanchez.
Jesus.
Dewsbury Hall.
Wow.
Yo, I don't like to blaspheme.
We are in the trenches, man. We are in the fucking trenches right now, dude. Holy shit.
Man said, who's on the bench? And I just beeped it, and then 3 names who were just dead.
Yeah. What do we have on the bench? Like Achapong, he can. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Josh Achapong, George.
What's the kid that we got? The Amugo.
Amugo will be on the bench, and then you've got who else? What else do you play? Sanchez's first team. Who else would be there? Gusto would be there.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. So.
And there's literally no attackers to bring.
We got to win this in the first half, man. It's just that simple. We got to win this in the first half.
And make hella
anything off the bench. You're not getting anything off the bench.
I think the best case scenario, then would be this team starts. You score like 2-3 goals in the first half, and then you sub in like Fana for 20 minutes. You bring in Josh.
Yeah, Gusto,
you bring on like George, because we got 5 subs in it. Was it 3? 5 or 3? 5. So yeah, you'd bring on
3
all
subs,
your youngsters.
3 sub changes, but 5 substitutions. If you know what I mean, you can make a total of 5 subs, but three times in the match, right?
Oh yeah, 3 times with 5 substitutions. Facts.
Yeah.
So Reece James will play full 90, so he'll come off, right? 100% for Gusto.
Mm-hmm.
Who else will play? I think he'll take off maybe Colwell for Fofana just to give Fofana a bit of fitness.
No, you're taking off Tosin if you're doing anything, right?
Nah.
So you're gonna play him on the left then?
Play Fofana on the right and play. What he will do is he'll play Fofana on the right centre back, and then he'll put Gusto on the left centre back, kind of thing. Because he likes
Gusto
to play
the left centre back.
No, if we're winning the game, I think he will.
No, you can't do that, man. Like if you're doing this again, I think first of all, I don't think we're going to see Fofana because it doesn't. Because if he comes on, he's coming on for Reece for me. You see me? Right. Okay. I don't think. And then Gusto. I don't know if you really want to be defensively sound, you take off Sancho and you put Gusto there, and you just like play with basically a back five.
Yeah, true. And just I don't think. I think they'll score Southampton, but I just don't see.
I hope so, man. I hope so. What's Matt saying?
Why do you hope so? What a stupid thing to say. What a stupid thing to say.
What did he say?
You said that you want Southampton to score.
Who said that? I didn't say that.
I thought you said I hope they score.
What?
I went, I think Southampton are going to score, and you went, I hope so. I was like, what?
No, I never said that. No, I must have not heard it.
You did, bro.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
They're from Trinidad and Tobago. Big up yourself, man.
Big up, man. Big up.
My island guy. Big up yourself. Big up the people then back home as well. Yeah, Matt.
I didn't hear it, man. Just relax. Allow me, man.
You said it twice.
Just allow me.
Not for listening out. This thing is a liar. He went, no, he tried gaslighting me, going, I didn't say that.
I ain't listening to what Matt's got to say. Matt's got some crazy delusions of grandeur.
No, Matt's got some mad takes. But guess what? He's on to you, so he's backing me today. Yeah? That's funny.
Yeah.
Say no more, Matt, yeah? But yeah, this team, I'll try myself smaller so we can actually see it. This team, hopefully, will be good enough to win the game.
It should be.
Should be.
It should be good enough to beat these guys in the first half.
Let me correct our wording here. It has to be. It's not should, would, could. It has to be. We need 3 points. Like, I'm not going to use any mad analogies. We just need 3 points in it.
100%. 100%.
Chess, how are you in NW and not at the protest? Wait, what do you mean NW?
What's NW?
I think he means I live in Northwest. Are you a joker? I don't even live in Northwest London. That's the funniest thing. Ches, we surely can't play twice in 3 days. He's definitely going to play, 100%.
He's definitely playing.
Because
I don't think he gets a full 90, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's full 90 either. I think we'll play Gusto off the bench and mess him up. I feel like he'll play a few players. Like they said a tweet then that George is definitely going to play. So I think he'll start. Because they said he's definitely playing, which means he's probably starting. So I reckon.
I don't know about that, man. I haven't seen
enough. I'd rather George start and Kuku come off the bench. You know,
you're crazy, man. You are.
No, I'm not crazy. At least if we're not winning, we could bring someone on who's actually got quality.
No, I hear you, but we should be winning though. Like, there's no questions about it. There's no questions about it, man. Look at your boy, Matt, George over in Kunku. I hear you guys, man.
Bro, Ibo. If Kele gets to me, I'll be in an apartment building, top floor in the penthouse, overlooking New York City or London, bro. I wish.
I'll be looking for you guys when Nkunku scores today. I'll be looking for.
Hey, then you know what? We'll do it. We'll do a review show later, yeah.
I'll be looking for you, Matt. All right. Don't hide. Matt, don't hide.
Later on, I'm gonna be back home.
Don't hide.
Match, yeah? I'll be back home for the match. Yeah, about 11:30 p.m. UK, which will be about in the US about what 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Listen, I'll do a stream. And if Kuku scores a hat trick, I'll apologize to Dennis live on air. I'll be like, you know what? I was wrong. You get me? But
don't hide, bro.
We needed Ches to explain this model on Sky Sports. Listen, I know I'm good at explaining it, but listen, I don't back them. I just understand different perspectives. So I'm able to decipher what's going on. And some people aren't. So
you see, you got the common thieves and then you got the cat burglar, man. Some people are just like, grabbing dash, man. Like, you have to be a little bit more methodical in your thinking, man. It's not like it's not overnight success we're looking for, man. We're looking for the sustained longevity, win after win after win. You know, so
maybe it's
all
my
you men are
studies.
like this common thieves out there, man.
Maybe it's my studies that made me be very like method and reasoning. Because of the economics, isn't it? So you got to reason, you got to explain, you got to show with maths, you got to be able to write quite well, understand models. That's probably why I understand what's going on. Doesn't mean whatever they're doing is correct though. But thank God. Anyway, we thank God. Anyway, guys, I got to show off to the game. I'll see you guys on the review show. I need to leave. Definitely hit the like button. Dennis's handle is going to be in the description below, so check out his stuff. Hit the like button. Love for everybody in here, by the way. It's been a good stream. Dennis will speak on our chat and, of course, later on as well. See you guys later.
Game, brother.
Enjoy the game. Up the Charles. 3 points needed. And no, I'm not going to the protest. So.